Hi, my name is Evankel Amodes from Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in Filipino. The question is, non-digital instructional materials are still relevant in the 21st century teaching and learning? Agree or disagree? I totally agree that for effective learning and teaching, it is very important to combine materials from the past and those of the digital. My observation is that some of the digital materials have no flexibility, while the non-digital can be programmed according to your need at the time. The contrast with the digital materials may need time and cost to adjust to your need at an immediate time. It is also dangerous to throw away the non-digital ones because of the new ones. As indicated, non-digital have the advantage to manipulate at your time without cost, the process and cons on both materials. What is teaching materials? Every teacher needs supplies and resources to have a successful classroom. Writing utensils, paper, and inspiring wall signs are useful items in the classroom. But they are not teaching materials. Teaching materials are tools used in educational programs including active learning and assessment. Basically, any resource a teacher used to help him teach a student is a teaching materials. There are many types of teaching materials, but let's take a look at some of the most common materials. Traditional resources include any textbook and workbook used in the classroom. For example, language art classes almost always have literary textbook, even vocabulary and spelling workbooks. In addition, traditional resources include any additional reading materials such as novels or poems outside of textbooks. These materials can really help you introduce new concepts to your students. For example, when learning the subject matter, literary textbook can provide a large amount of reading materials that display themes in different types of literature. Similarly, workbooks can provide some useful basic exercise activities for new vocabulary words and even write activities that may be difficult for students to write. Then, when mastering is displayed at a basic level, the teacher can introduce more challenging materials related to the concept. The most important aspect to assess this traditional resource is to make sure you select the materials in your resource that are relevant to your learning goals. Most textbooks and workbooks are designed to meet certain educational standards and are therefore very reliable in solving classroom goals. Still, it is important to make sure you choose the materials in your textbook that match your specific learning goals. Everyone seems to think that if a computer is involved, it must be better. The reality is that there is no real difference between digital and non-digital instruction materials. No matter what device you use, a piece of paper, an overhead projector, a smartboard, a chalkboard, a laptop, a tablet, a smartphone, or a book, the result is the same, and that is because it's really just all about reading. Reading on the computer is no better or worse than reading on a piece of paper. Using a computer uses the very same skills that reading a book requires. If you would rather watch a video, well, we have done that for ages too. We used to call them film strips, but now we call it YouTube. Is there a difference? Not that I can see. Computers may make some things a bit easier, But in terms of the quality of learning, they offer nothing that cannot be accomplished with a piece of chalk. Indeed, the digital world is so full of distractions that many students cannot focus on digital lessons without drifting off to social media, watching cat videos, or checking for likes on their TikTok video. Computers have not changed the way we learn, and they have not rewired our brains. We learn exactly the same way. We would argue that digital learning is full of potential distractions to be as useful as a direct conversations with a student supplemented with a blackboard or piece of paper. Just ask anyone who suffered through online learning and during the pandemic.